Hi, hello. I'm doing one of these again. I greatly apologize for anybody who's been following the escapades for Great Ace Attorney that I have not recorded these in my off time, but I've been very busy. But we're back. I promise that these are going to be a little more regular again. And I will finish out these 4 episodes. They're only 4 episodes. How long could they take? So, you know, for those who came from the previous episode, I've become real since the last time I recorded these. As you can see, I am now 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional chicken. And long story besides that, go watch my Twitch channel to get more context. But let's get into it, eh? We're back into it. Sorry for the wait, y'all.
The Ranch Magazine presents the episode 5 at Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. An escapade in Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy where Susato appears to be rather irritated because it seems Ryunosuke has been buying a little too much bric-a-brac and now the whole place is brimming with things they don't need. And his latest purchase has really rocked the boat with Iris and Susato.
What could he have possibly bought? And with whose money? With Sholmes' money? I'm wondering. Check out the room. I miss this room so much. It's got a shovel and or spade in it. 5th of March, 2:40 p.m. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. Hello? I'm back. Oh, hello, Mr. Naruhodo. Did you have a good outing?
Hi, Runo! What's the matter? Your eyes are as big as dinner plates.
Iris, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
I've just made some tea, Mr. Naruhodo. Would you like a cup?
A cup or two, yes. Definite tea. All right, those puns aren't getting you anywhere, Mr. Naruhodo. What did you do?
All right, Runo. What's going on? You're acting extremely sus.
What, me? No, not at all. I'm as normal can be. Normality itself, see? Not again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry, we're not what again? What do you mean, Susie?
Whenever he goes out on his own lately, he always seems to come back with a peculiar new purchase. Peculiar? What's peculiar about all the things I've bought? You seem to think that anything British has a curio you simply must have. Well, that's the problem. Everything in all the shops here is British. You keep buying items of bric-a-brac even though you don't know what they are.
Well, there are rather a lot of bric-a-brac shops and pawnbrokers, like around here.
It's when I've been to Lord Stronghorse to give my weekly report. I'm always so nervous beforehand. On the way home, I just find myself in those shops and... It's alright, I can't deny it. I bought something.
You're right, you can't deny it.
Because your eyes are wider than ever.
You really ought to put up a warning sign about them. They're bigger than some potholes around here.
Probably shining so bright you can use them as headlights. It's hard to resist things in the bric-a-brac shop. It's all so cheap. Alright, I'm identifying a lot with Ryunosuke right now. Anytime I see a pawn shop, I have, or like a thrift shop, I have to see what's in it. I actually was out of town this last weekend, and I saw a pawn shop. I saw a thrift shop really close to my hotel that I was staying at. So I had to take a look. It was pretty cool, actually. Because the hotel I was in was in the middle of nowhere, there was some decent stuff in there. Like, they had a little... most pawn shops, thrift shops had this little, like, DVD section with, like, PC games, maybe. But this is the most, like, games I've recognized I've ever seen. They had, like, a bunch of MMOs in the PC game section. There was a copy of Final Fantasy XI, a copy of Guild Wars 2, a copy of World of Warcraft, You know, one of those boxes with the free trials of them. Like, I think somebody in the past just sold all their MMO discs, or rather donated. And I'm like, wow, these are kind of useless because, of course, the subscriptions would have already been used. I was tempted, though, to just to have a disc of Final Fantasy XI. I digress! Mr. Sholmes has given me lots of useful advice on how to pick up a real bargain.
You must remember, Runo, that Hurley likes to have fun with you. Take his advice with a big pinch of salt.
Well, that's true. That thing you told me was a pot stand wasn't a pot stand at all. What was it, a chamber pot? I never guessed it was a collapsible top hat. A pot stand. No, and I never guessed that you could fill up this once empty room so quickly. So that's where all this crap comes from. Honestly, it's overflowing with things we don't need now. I mean, look at those scales. Not once have you weighed something on them. They represent the law. I know, but ever since I first stood at the defense's bench in court, I don't know why, but I just really wanted my own little set of scales. At least put, like, lit matches in them or something. Let's see it then, Mr. Naruhodo. What have you come home with today? Oh, well, it's, one of these. One of those! What is it?
It looks all dry and shriveled up like a ball.
Eh? Is it a mushroom? Really, Mr. Naruhodo, what is it? It's a sea anemone. Is it alive?
An anemone?
Yes, I mean, I know it doesn't look like it at the moment. It's all shriveled up, but like you said, aren't sea anemones living creatures? The ones that dance about on the seabed? Yes, exactly. The ones that dance about on the seabed. Is it alive? Is it in danger from it not being in the water right now? Is it stinging you? Oh, they sell sea anemones in bric-a-brac shops here in Britain. I don't know whether they normally do or not, but I do know that I bought one today.
But why, Runo?
Well, yes, for the aquarium, of course. Aquarium? I don't know that word. Well, according to the shopkeeper, keeping sea creatures in tanks was hugely popular here in London before.
Oh, yes, some people have some beautiful fish in seawater tanks, it's true. Having an aquarium became popular because the old glass tax was abolished. There it is again, rearing its ugly head, the subject of taxation.
Oh, well, the freaking window taxes, so dumb. So dumb.
It was a real craze for a while. Everyone in London had one.
For a while?
Yes, it didn't last long. People's enthusiasm soon waned. It's just far too much work to be changing the seawater regularly in a city like London.
You could at least, like, mix it with salt. I don't know, that seems like a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, an actual sea aquarium? Why not a freshwater one? Never a truer word said, I'm sure. You'd think people might have realized that from the start, really, wouldn't you?
Anyway, that was long before I was born. So now everyone jokes that there's an unloved aquarium covered in dust in every attic in the capital.
And it's true, there's one in this attic too. Oh, Herlock. When I told the man in the bric-a-brac shop about it, he had these words of wisdom. That's right, this is the age of the sea anemone. And that made a lot of sense to me. It made sense to you, did it? Yeah.
But Runo, this anemone is completely dried up.
You just need to soak it in water overnight and it'll be as good as new. That's what the man said. I feel like this is torture. I'm not sure that it works in the same way as dried wakame seaweed, Mr. Naruhodo. Once I save some money, I'm going to buy some prawns to keep this little fellow company. Prawns, I guess? I mean, I knew a friend who had a little, like, self-sustaining ecosystem aquarium. Just a bunch of shrimp that were, like, eating all the dirt and whatnot, but then, like, adding some greens for oxygen. You know, there was a whole ecosystem in there.
Oh, how exciting! Your office will be teeming with life!
Yeah, when all the paper and crap that Ryunosuke buys, probably a bunch of life in the form of silverfish eating all the books.
Will it really?
Britain's a funny country, though. I mean, the sea anemone craze?
Well, they say people in glass houses about comments like that here, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't forget that there's a very curious rabbit craze in our own country not so very long ago.
Mortifying chapter that people will try to erase from the history books 100 years from now, I'm sure.
You know, there was another craze as well before the aquarium one. Have you heard of Wardian cases?
Wardian? What? No, I've definitely never heard of them. Maybe a silverfish will give them a kiss. Now, hey, now, wait a minute. It's only because... Oh, jeez. Alright, quick thing. My apartment has silverfish in it. I wouldn't call it an infestation. Like, I've seen them in every apartment and house I've ever lived in. I think they just, exist in Southern California. But I'd like to think that especially my apartment, because I have a lot of Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they eat paper. So I'm convinced that they're trying to eat my cards. And one day, I just woke up, and for some reason I felt like, oh, there's something on my face. Like, what? Is it just like a fly or something that landed on my face? I tried to blow it away, but it was still there, so I slapped it off my face, and it turned out it was a silverfish. It was a silverfish crawling all over me, like trying to give me a little kiss on the lips, that was so random. I never seen a silverfish so daring before. Anyway, I hope they don't have silverfish.
They were little glazed cases for growing plants indoors, I believe.
Oh, I see. For plant lovers to raise their favorite tropical plants.
That's right, like different types of ferns.
Ferns?
Do you mean those rather dull plants with lots of fronds for leaves? They're not dull at all. Ferns are lovely plants.
They're like the original plant. They're basically descended by the first plant life on Earth. NVZ, what's up? There's post-game? Yes, there is. It's just bonus content. We're going through it all today. Welcome.
They're not dull at all. Ferns are lovely plants.
Oh, for those who don't know, on the YouTube video, I'm streaming this. So, people are coming in.
I think people wanted to recreate the exotic foliage of tropics in their own homes.
So they grew ferns? I mean, ferns, sea anemones? Londoners really have a knack for the obscure. Hate silverfish. They're pretty bad.
Well, thinking about it, my grandfather loved the moss on his bonsai. He looked after it better than the trees.
Wouldn't that sap the life from the trees? It seems like the more obscure something is, the more interests people. Yeah, it's out of the ordinary,
Maybe. Anyway, the Wardian craze didn't last very long. Now most of those little glass cases are just gathering dust, I think.
Haven't I seen one in your room, Iris?
Oh, very observant of you, Susie. Yes, that's right. Mine's certainly not gathering dust. I grow tropical herbs in it.
Probably for your teas.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I really must ask you to stop all this frivolous buying of strange things.
Yes, alright, sorry. It's just that, well, think about Mr. Sholmes' room. He is not a good role model, Ryunosuke, by any means. There are bullet holes in his wallpaper. He has all sorts of peculiar trinkets lying around.
Oh, well, yes, that's true. And they all seem to be growing in number. Recently, I noted the blowpipe, a few barrel crystals set in a blistered piece of gold, a gold-rimmed pince-nez. What is a pince-nez? I spotted a small gramophone record in there the other day, so I slipped it onto the gramophone. But it was just a whispering voice saying, Norbury, or nothing more. Did Herlock record that himself? What could it possibly be about?
Those are all mementos of cases that Hurley sold over the years.
Exactly. That's what I want to create in here. Just that sort of atmosphere.
Ah, a room full of meaningful trinkets, each with their own unique history, you mean?
Yes, that! I knew you'd understand, Mrs. Zato.
But, Mr. Naruhodo, none of the things you've bought for the room have any connection with any of our cases.
Well, not yet. Oh, don't they? No.
Well, for example, take that splendid but rather weather-beaten top hat. That wasn't used as evidence in any of the cases we've worked on, was it?
Yeah, no, they'd sooner have their evidence sold on the black market. Whoop!
Oh! So you have two top hats if you count the collapsible one as well?
No, the collapsible one is a pot stand. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. But the other day when we were in court, they were everywhere, weren't they? Everyone wearing a hat. Top hats, I mean. Oh look, there's Sandwich. I mean Beppo.
Well, here in Britain, of course, they're the mark of a true gentleman, so that's hardly surprising. If a man isn't wearing a top hat when he ventures outdoors, he'll be looked down upon.
Gosh, it has very strict rules, doesn't it? The English Gentleman's Code.
I've been wondering how I'd look in a top hat recently. After all, my university uniform is black as well, so I think it would be very in keeping. I don't think those would fit very well.
Oh, what a good idea. Go on then, Bruno, try it on.
I hope they show a 3D model with a top hat. I hope. Please. Doesn't suit me? No? Well, how about I try on something else instead? Yarr. Or something like this. Is it not fancy enough for you?
The lesson here, I suppose, is that the juxtaposition of student and gentleman is just so strange and wrong.
Well, I'd rather it didn't suit me anyway. I mean, these hats are ridiculous. I'd be willing to bet every foreigner who sees one of these for the first time thinks it's exactly the same thing. Why is that man wearing a chimney on his head?
People in glass houses, remember, Bruno?
What do you mean?
Well, what about Japanese chonmage top knots? Those haircuts are the height of ridiculousness.
Oh, true. I mean, Prosecutor Ouchie? Like, heck no.
At least you can take a hat off. Once you have a chonmage, it's choned your head for good.
Fine!
I'd be willing to bet every foreigner who sees a chonmage for the first time thinks exactly the same thing. Why is that man wearing a cannon on his head?
Prosecutor Ouchie, so that he can fire his evidence at the defense.
I suppose that's what it means to have different cultures, isn't it?
It really sure do be. On the subject of hats, the one Mr. Sholmes always wears is really very strange, don't you think?
I beg your pardon, Mr. Naruhodo. What a thing to say! That hat is the very absence of Mr. Sholmes. Yes, without his deerstalker, the great detective would be unrecognizable.
You know, without it, people just think he's a sexy anime man with wispy smoke hair. It's called a deerstalker. That's a surprisingly swanky name.
It's the hat of a hunter, just like the flat cap. I made up my mind long ago to visit Regent Street and buy one for myself.
How would Susato look like in a deerstalker? I wonder. I'm not sure it's going to fit over your hair.
Well, I think it's perfect for a great detective who stalks his criminal quarry.
What do you think is strange about it anyway?
Well, you've seen it. It has two brims, one at the front and at the back. Why do you need two brims on a hat? Surely one at the front is enough, no? It keeps the back of your neck shaded.
Humph. One moment, please.
If you ask me, it's just Mr. Sholmes' madcap personality coming through. I bet it's so that he doesn't have to think about which way around to put it on or something like that. If he invented it, maybe.
Mr. Sholmes does not have a madcap personality. He always has a clear head.
Deerstalkers were made for hunters who had to hide in thickets where they were stalking their prey. The brim at the back was designed to stop the stalks of plants scratching the backs of their necks.
Oh, wow. I was hoping there was a practical use.
Oh, so that's the reason. Thank you, Iris, for educating us.
Mr. Sholmes doesn't spend a lot of time in thickets, though, does he? Well, he spends time in his room, which is basically as forested as a thicket, with evidence.
Well, no, that's true.
I'm telling you, it's just his impetuous personality. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Firmly. Ah! Here you all are! Who are you? I can't recognize you without your hat. Of course it's Sholmes. Of course it's Sholmes. Good afternoon, Mr. Sholmes.
I've not long since made some tea, Mr. Sholmes. Would you like a cup?
And is it just me or does Escapade feel longer than the other ones? I see I've come at a good time, Miss Usato. Thank you. Now, I have something I should like you all to see. I've designed myself a brand new detective's hat. What the? It's a brim.
At the front, and at the back, and at both sides. 4 brims in total.
I wondered about that. Because I'm pretty sure, like, the Sherlock Holmes hat is more than just a regular deerstalker. Yeah, you can, like... I think you can unfold the sides? I'm trying to find a good picture of it. I don't know. That looks like it would be ridiculous, though. Deerstalker. Your observation is quite correct, my dear madam. I'm a busy man, you see. But with this hat, whichever way I put it on, I shall always have it pointing the correct way. Ah, see? See? It had to be the hat he made himself. You know. Can't say it about a deerstalker, but you can say it about the Sholmes stalker.
Oh.
With my previous hat, I could in an impetuous moment wear it erroneously with the brims on either side. That's impressively clumsy, I would say. And you wouldn't take the 1 second to adjust it?
And I must regretfully say, I think your madcap theory was correct after all.
Really, Mr. Sholmes, with brims on all 4 sides like that, wouldn't it be just better to wear a top hat instead?
Oh, yes. Then whoever you put it on, you'd have a brim all around.
Now, Naruhodo, why would I be so silly as to wear a pot stand? What? So true, so true! How could I have been so blinkhead to this fact until now? Well, unfortunately, I happen to have 2 top hats here. Fortunately. You just lift the pot off of it, you're welcome to try that one there. Indeed I shall, my good fellow. Much obliged.
Oh, dear Hurley, it looks terrible. More terrible than I could possibly have imagined.
Oh, that's not good, really. Maybe it's because of your long face paired with that tall hat. It just doesn't work.
Well, I think it's very nice, Mr. Sholmes, even if it will have the whole world fits in fits of laughter.
Ah! Well, hold on. It is a dang shame that they didn't actually model it. Here. I will give Sholmes a top hat just for everybody to see the glory. You can have this one. Oh, don't tell me it's one of those fake transparent ones. You pay this much. Look at you. Wait, it has to be big enough to hide his hair. That is a ridiculous top hat if I ever did see it. But yes. I don't know, Sholmes, you're looking pretty swanky to me. Yeah, what if it's one of those really tiny ones, though? There you go, it fits him perfectly. Can't believe they didn't model it. I'm sad, too. I need a top hat. Here you go. Ah! I should never have meddled with it. Give me a deerstalker forevermore. And give me my Regulation University hat forevermore.
There's still hope that you'll graduate one day, Mr. Naruhodo. Don't give up.
No, I'll take the top hat. I'm the one that looks good in it. Y'all can just looking snazzy. Thank you. But that's the escapade, y'all. The adventures of Sherlock Sholmes and his hat. So, you know, thanks for watching that. Join me next time for the next escapade. When will it be? Who knows? Maybe it'll be another year. Hopefully not. I swear. I swear to you all, I will try to record the next one. Soon enough. Soon enough. I'll start releasing it during all my, like... It's October 1st, by the way, right now. It just turned October 1st. During all my, like, Halloween streams and whatnot. So, thank you for watching. If you want more of this kind of stuff, I stream it on Twitch almost every weekday. Most every weekday. You're playing games like Ace Attorney, playing games like Nintendo games with RPGs and whatnot. And, that's what I do. So, you know, stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you then. Have a good day, night, or whatever time it is you're watching this. And, see you later. Cheers!